welcome along. Thanks for joining me on today's journey. I'm going to go up to the roundabout up the road. And back. A bit more than an easy day. Probably be out about an hour and a quarter or so. And yeah, welcome aboard. Let's have a walk and a chit chat, and let's see what we get from today's expedition out. Now, that's that local green that you've seen me film on many occasions. I had a stack full of bags by that bin yesterday, which I've done outside of YouTube, but the crews have already been. It's about 9:30 in the morning. It's already extremely hot. So I won't go at 100 miles an hour. I'll just pace myself. I only expect to be out an hour or so, maybe an hour and a quarter. Been doing a lot of litter picking actually lately, so a slightly easier day is not going to do me any harm. Right, let's have a little look up here. Usually a little bit of stuff here. It's a Monday. I'm off work, hurrah! But it is hot. I'm definitely going to need several cups of tea when I get back. That's rare, hardly anything in that. Yeah, gonna definitely need a few cups of tea when I get back, and I'm definitely looking forward to those apple turnovers. Marks and Spencer's make the best apple turnovers, and I've been to some nice bakeries around the country, really around the world, and you just can't beat a Marks and Sparks apple turnover. And I challenge anyone to tell me where I can get a really good one better than that. And I might even go up and taste it whilst I'm out on my travels. Over these videos you'll get to learn a bit about me. So I support Fulham. I go to quite a few away matches, so this is why I can get around the country. I went up to Hull a few years ago, and we parked about 1.25 miles from the ground and walked along, and just happened to have this bakery that was still open on a Saturday, and they done some lovely jam tarts. They were massive. They were like this, jam tarts. Not sure what a jam tart's called in the US actually. Might be called a jam tart, you never know. But yeah, that was nice. It was worth the trip to Hull in itself, notwithstanding the fact that we won that day. So, good result. Oh, and I went across the Humber Bridge for the first time. Quite into bridges and construction and that sort of stuff. So, crossed quite a few in my time. Bridges and buildings is my thing. Gotcha. Yeah, bridges and buildings are my thing. Been in the world's biggest building, or tallest building anyway, in Dubai. Empire State Building. Quite a few. The new ones in London. The Sydney Tower. The CN Tower in Toronto. That was lovely, that was. The CN Tower. Wow. Yeah, anyway, so lucky enough to have done a bit of travelling and seen these places. bin just over there. My stuff from Friday's still there. So when I get to it on the way back, I'm going to go up and back down. When I get to it, I'll tidy all that up because it's become a bit of a mess. I want to go up the ramp as well today. The road's known as the ramp. When I get there, you'll see why.
Are you from the Roundabout, mate?
No, mate, I'm a volunteer. That's all my stuff.
I told you he's a volunteer.
That's all my stuff from the other day.
Well, do you know what you tried to say? You're going to cancel.
No. I can't work for the council. I can't afford the pay cut.
Hey, come on.
So this is some of my stuff from the other day, which hasn't been picked up yet. But it is early on a Monday, so...
You're amazing, I'll give it to you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Not a lot of people do that.
It gets me out.
It's your butt, innit?
Yeah, exactly. So this is my stuff from Friday as well. I cleaned all that roundabout. Crews haven't collected it yet, but they will. They'll collect it today without a shadow of a doubt. So, yeah. But look, I had a really heavy litter pick Friday and there's already bits and bobs that it's gathering. It's gathering. But overall, this is not going to be a tough day. Oh, I missed a bit. Gerard, you're fired. Oh, and I missed another bit. Tut, 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 tut. So yeah, this ain't going to be a tough day. Not an easy day. Cheers, mate. Not an easy day, but not a tough day. Right, everyone, I'm just going to tidy this little green up. Not far, actually, from... I'm not far from the alley that I started on a few weeks ago when I done my 2 alleys video. It's just down the road there. But I'm not going that far today. I dread to think what it looks like. So, what I want to do is just park up a minute and just tell you about this trolley then. So, I originally bought a 1 trolley. It just had 1 thing in it. It was slightly different to this. I gave it away to a friend from a litter picking group. Unfortunately, it got stolen recently from her garden. Why someone would want to nick a litter picking trolley, as long as they put it to good use, I suppose it won't be too bad. So I paid about £330 for this trolley. But as I said, these pull off. I won't do it now because they've got a bit of stuff in it. So you can just use them as handheld, if you know what I mean. So I'll try and put a little caption up of who I bought it from. I think the company was called Helping Hand, a British based company. But if you're elsewhere in the world, you would have to have a look around. But it is a very good trolley. I mean, I know it's a lot of money. I think they're pushing £370 now. I do own my own business, so I put it through the business and claimed it back. Tut, tut, tut. But they are extremely robust. I know a friend of mine, Andrew's got one. He swears by it as well. So, yeah, not cheap, but I am a big believer in you get what you pay for. And it's a very, very, very good trolley. Handy tool to have. Takes a lot of effort out of it. The amount of litter picking I do, it can be hard work carrying bags. Also, the other advantage of the trolley is you can just get more in it. It's easier to, you can just get more in it. Where on your hands you can only carry so much. It don't matter if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger. Your arm eventually runs out of gas. So, if you can afford it, I would recommend it. I'll have a look at this roundabout. This roundabout was awful on Friday. I was only expecting to be out an hour. I was out nearly 2. When I got back, my wife said to me, "Where have you been?" And I'm like, someone had fly tipped all their household waste on the roundabout. Yep. Can you believe it? Why the hell would you just dump it on the roundabout of all the places? I mean, it must have been hard work for them. It's obviously someone local, but there was enough of it to be hard work. Couldn't believe it. Bumped into some lady. He said, am I a volunteer? I said, yeah. And she said, I showed her the waste from it. She's like, I just don't believe it. I said, I know. It's mind-boggling what some people do. Obviously, as my brother would say, they've got the brains of a rocking horse. So let's just do this roundabout and then we can start heading back towards home. Nice simple day. Yeah, there's the title of the video. A nice simple day. Right everyone, I've just walked through the middle of the roundabout, picked up about 20 cans. Just going to edit that bit out because it's not that exciting, but yeah, 20 cans since Friday night. Wow. Mind-boggling amounts of litter on the roundabout. Look, it's just a cut through. Amazing. Now in here there's usually a bit, you get a few people hide and they drink in here, or probably drugs, wouldn't surprise me. I cleaned it all, as I said. I know I've mentioned it a few times. So let's just see what's accumulated. Not a lot. Any up here? I like to leave them up there as well. Well, that's not too bad. I'll take that. Not as bad as I thought it'd be. Did I see a can in there? The heat must be getting to me, I'm imagining things. They can be a bit long-winded, but I didn't see the opening ceremony, so I thought I'd try and watch the closing ceremony. I've got to be honest, I thought Paris was a good Olympics. I really enjoyed it. So it's going to Los Angeles next, and you had old Tom Cruise doing his skydive off the building, which was typical Tom Cruise sort of Mission Impossible-esque. Yeah, enjoyed that. Still think though the best thing I've ever seen at the Olympics as far as opening or closing ceremonies goes is the archer in the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona. I was at my brother's house that day and we watched the opening ceremony that Friday night, and he fired that arrow. Now I know since it didn't actually go in the cauldron, it went over the top of it and they sort of light it as it, but it was just, wow, look at that. It was just pure drama. A fantastic opening ceremony, which was just brought to a head with that phenomenal archer thing. So yeah, back to Los Angeles in 4 years. They'll be the only city to have hosted it 3 times, I think, along with London. So that should be for a good Olympics, but that's 4 years away. My other worry is, will I last that long? Until then, let's keep litter picking. So this is my pile from the other night, and bits have been added to it. I'll tidy it up and then we'll make our merry way home. I told you a bit of a lie back there actually. Just changed the bag. Said I was going to make my way home. I forgot I was going to come and do what's known as the ramp. It's just known as the ramp locally. It's just a little nothing road, goes to nowhere. Just a dead end. But it's a fly tipper's paradise because basically no one comes down it. I do my best to keep it clean. but it's just a constant battle. Loads of times I've posted on here, spoke about it on like Hillingdon litter pickers. Let's have a shout out to Hillingdon litter pickers. Well done everyone on Hillingdon litter pickers, keeping the area tidy along with the council. So yeah, this is locally known as the ramp, and as I said, it just goes up to the main road and runs parallel to the railway line. See if I can see the railway line. This is the railway line from Paddington out to sort of Bristol, Penzance, Cardiff. There it is. That way west to Bristol, that way to London. And obviously the new Lizzie line runs along here as well, from Reading all the way across London. That's just been like a sensation. It's just been so good, the Lizzie line. And you can also get it Lizzie line to the airport from all the terminals. If we're here long enough, we'll probably see something pass us. Trains are pretty frequent. Yeah, what we got? There you go. There's a Great Western. Probably come from Oxford or somewhere going to Paddington. When I inquired on the train line site or the Great Eastern Railway site, which appeared to be the same thing to be honest, the fares on a Saturday, on a day where there ain't millions of people using it to go to work, were £178 return. I'll say that again in case you didn't hear me the first time. £178 from Liverpool Street to Ipswich return. 2 people. Yep, and that doesn't include the fact that we still have to get from where we live up to Liverpool Street on the underground, which is probably, I don't know, another tenner between us, there and back. What's in here? That's all right, mate, just chuck your box in here, eh? Moaning, ain't I? Moaning. So yeah, so I'm just not prepared to pay that much. I don't mind paying a bit more to use the train, but I'm not going to pay like 6 times the price. Then on top of that, you've got the tickets. All right, away games are capped at £30 for adults. Don't know if Lauren still comes as an adult, probably a youth or something she comes under. Oh. I felt like a Y50 here, look. Da, 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 da. I better get off it because it's going to slide and I'll go tits up down here. So yeah, so I'm losing the plot, ain't I? Doing my Y50. It's the heat, it's getting to me, it's getting to me. There's a Lizzie line train, 200 metres long, all air conditioned. I think you get Wi-Fi at the stations. So anyway, let's get back to the litter picking. Had enough train talk there. So yeah, so the football tickets are capped at £30 away, which isn't bad. When I went to Arsenal last season with Lauren, they were brilliant. They charged, I think they were £25 for adults, Arsenal, and I think Lawrence was just £6. Well done, Arsenal. Well done. So yeah, so that's why I'm not using the train anyway to go to Ipswich. Just absolute nuts. Lots to be done. Just got a thorn in my finger. You can hear the trains behind me. So, as I said, yeah, the main line is quite busy today. See if I can make this to the end with the bags I've got. I think what I need to do is come here again in the week on another litter pick, finish it off. It's cooling down slightly in the week. It's back to about 70 Fahrenheit, which is about 21 in new money. Today it's way too hot. I'm starting to get to that point where I'm thinking about lots of cups of tea. Looking forward to a cup of tea already now, even if it does mean I have to make the builder's one. Oh no, I forgot about them apple turnovers as well. Yeah, lovely. What I'm also planning on doing soon is going on a travel. And what I mean by that is, all you guys who watch my video, I know most of you are watching from the UK. Some of you are watching from outside of the UK. As I said, welcome along. I will be over in Los Angeles. Well, not quite Los Angeles. I'll be in more, we'll call it Los Angeles. It is actually just outside of LA, in LA County. I'll be over in April. If you want to book me in for a litter pick, I'll put a day aside. We'll come and meet up, see if there's anywhere to litter pick. You can get the assistance of the obliterator. There is a catch though, you will have to provide any equipment because I'm not getting this in my suitcase. Also, if you're in the UK and there's somewhere you want the obliterator to clean up for you, within reason, leave a comment. It's going to be the new part of my litter picking. I don't just want to make all my videos about this area. We're going to do some travelling. I'll also be in France next year. France doesn't tend to have these issues though, what I've seen. So leave me a comment, I'll make some notes, get back to you. In the meantime, we'll empty this. We've done the ramp, we'll just tidy this up a bit and then we'll make the run for home. I've just put on some new bags, wind's blowing them around a bit, and I've put those bags I've collected and that stuff from the ramp. I've just taken a picture for the council. They'll probably collect it though, because I told them on Saturday, I sent them an email, so this is probably due to be collected today anyway, but I'll send them a reminder, let them know I've added to it. There's a nice healthy total there, isn't there? So let's make the run for home and go and have one of those apple turnovers. Actually, let's have 2 of those apple turnovers. Let's be greedy. Oh, there's a bottle up there, didn't see it. Oh, and something else, look. Sun's just on it, I can't quite see it properly. There you go, that's better. What's gone in here since Friday? Not too bad. Okay, that's as far as I go down here. This is my little bit. I just do that little bush area because If it looks like a bush, it's obviously starts with the letter B, which bin starts with. And for some reason, you get these morons chucking all this stuff in it. I would have thought though that these 2 bags would see me to the finish. This is what I've done over the weekend. Starting to get really hot now. Starting to really sweat up. Feel a bit uncomfortable. Yeah, so I was going on earlier about the Olympic closing ceremony and old Tom Cruise doing his, what would you call it? My brain's gone to porridge at the moment. He was on a wire anyway. Came into the stadium like one of his characters from Mission Impossible. And that can neatly bring me on to my film review, because I watched a film a few years ago called The Gentleman with Hugh Grant. It's a good old English gangster film, basically. Bit of comedy, bit of drama, bit of thriller. But they've made a series called The Gentleman as a spin-off to it. So what I'm going to do here is something different and recommend both. If you've not seen the film The Gentleman, Hugh Grant at his best. And yes, basically he tries to blackmail some, I won't call them local gangsters because they're a bit more than that. That's the film. And then what they've done is they've done a spin-off called The Gentleman. It's a series, I think it's 8 parts, and it is based around the film, but there's only one little connection in it which I won't mention in case you haven't seen it. Don't want to spoil it for you. But if you haven't seen the film The Gentleman, it's a nice, enjoyable treat. And the series is equally as excellent. So if you get time to watch it, that's my recommendation for... Morning. That's my recommendation for this video. The Gentleman, film and series. This guy who lives here, I'm going to mention him. He accosted me once at the roundabout, which we done earlier. So I'd left some bags outside his house here just to take to the local bin. And he was like, "Here mate, you gonna leave them bags there?" I said to him, "No," I said, "I'll be back round in 20 minutes. I'll pick them up and dump them." He's like, "Oh, thanks very much." He said, "When you get to my house, knock on the door." So 20 minutes, half hour later, I got there. I knocked on the door as requested. And he was like, "Oh, thanks mate, I've seen you litter picking so many times. You're keeping this area so clean." And he insisted on giving me 20 quid and a bottle of whiskey. I did really want to take it, but he was being that insistent that I took it in the end. I think I gave it to Lauren. Not the whiskey though. I gave the whiskey to my friend. But that was nice of him. Someone who obviously seen me and then sort of accosted me one day. I suppose some people just don't want to accost you, they want to just leave you alone, don't they? Do. come out on this video to get away from builders and that racket. They're on the street. They all gave me a funny look when they saw the camera, like I've got 3 heads. Ooh, what's that guy doing? You get strange looks, trust me. I see the rabbit hut is still there. I can see one of the vans though up there, one of the Hillingdon vans. I can see a big pile of bags they're picking up, so they're probably going to come back round here in shortly and pick all this up. Yeah, this is a funny one, you'll like this. No dumping waste, £400 fine. Yeah, funny. I missed that one on the way out, look. Not going to leave that there. Someone did ask me recently, why don't I crush the cans down? But the problem is, it's time consuming. And I do have lots of bags. And it's just too time consuming. I pick up so many cans, I could probably lose 20 to 25 minutes a day just crushing them. So that's the reason I don't do it. I think I do enough, to be honest, litter picking. I do have a job, which I work 5 days a week as well. But this is the problem, look, so you get a can, you crush it down, yeah, look, so I've lost all that time. That's taken me, what, 15 seconds? There you are, and that's just doing it the other way. So I'm losing 15 seconds a can. And it's just too time consuming. Now let's do it again, it's another can. "12 seconds that time. I've dropped me tongs. It's just, yeah, all these seconds add up. That's why I don't crush them down. One last time, one for the road. So I've picked up my can, I have to stop, put it down, crush it up a bit. This time it's fired around. Yeah, forget that. That's just something I'm not prepared to do. So I'm coming to the end of the video. As I said, it's not been an easy day, it's been a pleasant day. Nice chit chat with my friends. Thank you for joining me on the journey. I hope you like the film recommendations and all the waffle I've been on about today. I'll just do this little bit actually and then I'll turn around. They've removed the bin that was there. Maybe I don't want to dump these bags there and encourage others to do the same. What I might do, just take them up to that bin up there. actually I've got a better idea. I'll take them to the bin on the green. Just double back on myself. So yeah, thank you for joining me on the journey today. It's been lovely to have your company. Something for you guys to think about. Give me some ideas from some litter picking. Have a journey around. Go and see some other areas. As I said, I am in the US in April. For my friends over there who want to meet the obliterator. I'll bring my tea bags with me though, because getting a proper cup of tea in the US is a real hardship. When you had the Boston Tea Party, you made a fatal mistake tipping all that tea into the harbour. What a waste of good tea. Whew. Right everybody, so thank you for watching again. As I said, I've lost count of the bags today. I've been waffling so much today that I've just lost count of what I've done. I think that's 5 and 6, but I could be wrong. I'll have to have a look back when I do the video edit. But yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one. Everyone, I couldn't let the video go without filming the apple turnovers. So the builders have had a couple, they said. There they are. They are about to be demolished. So again, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.